You're welcome to another episode of Money Talk NG, where I share insights that will help you to achieve wealth and financial success. My name is Kenneth, and today I want to share with you just a couple of insights that will help you regarding loans as you try to go on your financial journey. So one of the first things I want you to know is that loans are necessary. You can't do without loans. I know there are people out there and there are religious people that say you should not owe anything but love. But the truth of the matter, if you want to build anything substantial, you want to build anything great that would outlast you to future generations and will create wealth for your generations yet unborn, you need to take some form of funding. Those who have dreams of building empires and building solid institutions that will outlive them, they'll need to take some form of funding to be able to make that dream happen. There is no billionaire out there that is using his or her own money to expand their businesses and to grow. They're all using other people's money. They're all taking loans from institutions. So there's nothing wrong with taking loans. What's important is that you take the loans for the right purposes. Now, when it comes to loans, there are certain things you need to understand. Even though loans are necessary, I don't advocate and I don't subscribe to you giving loans from your savings. I know you will say, oh, if my friend needs help or my family member needs help, I can borrow them. The truth of the matter is whenever you borrow from your savings, the tendency for you to get that money back when you need it sometimes is substantially minimized. For example, you have 200,000 you want to invest in a business and somebody comes to you and says, I want to borrow 100,000. So you end up giving the person. But then afterwards, you might need your money sooner than necessary. If you go back to the person may not have it ready for you. And what if the person's expectation didn't happen? For instance, he or she was thinking about getting the money from a particular source and that money didn't come. You might end up not getting your money when you need it. And that's why I say people should stop giving loans from their savings. I know many people tell me that it's controversial, so I came up with an alternative. Instead of giving a loan from your savings, why don't you give whoever asks you for loans what you can afford to give as a kind of gift or a dash? For example, somebody comes to you and says, I need 200,000. I say, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot give you a loan, but I can afford to give you 10,000 or 20,000. Take this money and you don't need to pay me back. The chances are that person is still going to accept your offer because at least he's getting something that he or she does not have to pay back. It's important that you don't sacrifice money meant for investment on the altar of giving it to a loan to help somebody because you love them. Now, in some time past, I had a vision to start a business. And I went to a financial institution and I took a loan for that business. And while I was running the business, I ran into a couple of challenges and I had to close the business. And this leads me to my third point. Please do not take a loan to start a business. I know that will sound controversial, but you don't need to take a loan to start a business because you don't know whether that business will succeed or not. You should not take a loan to start a business because if the business does not go according to plan, you'll find yourself having to pay back the loan with interest, which will put more pressure on you. It was Mark Cuban, one of the American billionaires, who said, it's only a moron that takes a loan to start a business. Yes, you have a business idea, you have a business concept, you think it's going to be successful, but you don't know. If you take a loan to start it, as you're going along, you need further loans to continue to sustain and grow it. And that leads you into more and more debt. The best way to start a business is to look for investors. Look for partners, look for angel investors, family members, people you can talk to, write business plans. Try to get people on board that will partner with you so that you don't have pressure. Now, there's only one purpose why you need to take a loan, and that purpose is this. If you want to take a loan, only take a loan to expand your existing business. For instance, you have a business to supply a couple of items, and your client provides you with an LPO for some quantities you don't have. It makes sense to take a loan to be able to buy those items and supply, then you can get paid. That is the only reason why I believe you should take a loan. Now, that's the only acceptable reason why I believe that you should take a loan. And the reason why is because you already know you have a relationship with your client, you already understand the dynamics of his or her business, the payment cycles may be already known to you, so you can more appropriately plan that you need money for 2 months or for 6 weeks as the case may be in order to quickly repay the loan. But remember that any loan that you don't quickly repay will continue to grow in terms of interest. But if you have a contract, you can easily and more appropriately plan to be able to return the money so that you can minimize the interest element. With the dynamics under your control, you have a better chance of being able to take that loan and to pay back. So in conclusion, the truth of the matter is that things happen that we don't expect. And it will be inconsiderate of me to say that, oh, if something happens to you and you need money that you don't have, you might not have to approach someone to give you a loan. Well, things happen, and I agree that from time to time you might need help. So I'd like to close this video with sharing with you a couple of things you need to do. One, you need to invest in your personal development when it comes to finances going forward. The more you know about money and the more you understand about money, the more you can make. And when challenges like these come, you will not feel the pressure so much. The second thing you need to do is that you need to try to save money for investment purposes and also save money for emergencies. And don't mix the money meant for investment with the money for emergencies as much as possible. And if you must take a loan, try not to take a loan from a financial institution for personal reasons, because interest rates will be high when you need to pay back. And supposing you don't get the money you're expecting, you find yourself now being under pressure to be able to pay back.